Good evening, everyone. Welcome to IMKTA class again in teachers nursery teachers training class for you all. I am Nazia Imam, welcoming you all for the class. And today's topic is rhymes, songs, and stories for preschool. This slide I had shared in previous session, but it was not in hurry. I have explained, so I'll start from this slide itself so that it can be correlated to other things. uh, Importance of stories, songs, and rhymes for preschool children. So these are few points that will help you to understand why children are motivated to start their schooling with rhymes. Okay, so these things help them to use wide variety of vocabulary because children are very small. If we will start teaching them some abstract thing in the very beginning of their school learning journey, they will not take interest because their level of interest is different than the adult people. So what we have to do, we have to, our duty as preschool teachers is to inculcate the interest for learning, and that interest is being developed with the help of music, because I have already explained in previous class that music helps to release serotonin, that is happy hormone, endorphins, and also to it also helps to release this dopamine. These three hormones are helpful in human body to let us love something. So for learning, love for learning, we need to inculcate at very tender age among the children without forcing them to learn. We need to motivate them, and for that these things are so much necessary to incorporate in preschool learning concept methods. So along with that, they also help to the children aged 3 to 6 years to learn variety of words, new words in rhyming way. And as we all know that people learn things when it is in rhythmic manner. Many researches have been done, and after those educational research, it is found that if we will learn something at very ease, that learning retain in our life, in our brain for longer time. If we will do something pressurized learning, uh, hatred for learning may develop at tender age. So we have to inculcate love for learning, and this is how they love. Different interest in various subjects can be grown among the children with the help of rhymes and songs. Like we teach EVS with rhymes, we teach mathematics with rhymes, we teach English with rhymes, Hindi with rhymes. So every subject has a set of rhyme that we need to start use in the beginning of the classroom so that children can get motivated, and then they can go up to some writing words or some coloring the sheet related to that, because it gives an everlasting impression in their life, and it is saved in their subconscious brain for lifetime if we will use these things in their in the beginning of their learning journey. It also develops language skill, concentration, and gross motor skill. How gross motor skill? I had given the example that whenever we tell the children, now let's ready for rhymes, what do? We tell them to leave their chair, come out of their desk, and then we start. Bits of paper, bits of paper, lying on the floor. And at that time, we also show them that this is called bits of paper lying on the floor. So they understand that if the bits of paper are spread on the floor, it means it is lying on the floor. This is how language skill develops. Story ready for story reading for toddlers develops story ready for toddlers develop a story reading habit. It means if we are helping the children to grow with the habit of listening to the story, this habit will be built in them for lifetime, and somehow they will go home and they will tell parents that my teacher has told me this story today. It was very interesting, mama, can you please tell such a story to me at home also, because I like story listening. So all these things develop in the children, and gradually when they grow and they can read and comprehend the story, they start reading themselves. So this is how their reading journey also starts, from rhymes, songs, and stories. Picture reading help in visual understanding of the things around as per age. So picture reading, as I have already told, that colors also attracts children. Different type of colors. Children are having their own beautiful world. And through all these things, we need to just connect to their beautiful understanding about the world. And it is the duty of the preschool teachers and the management to make their world so beautiful in the beginning of the learning journey, so that they can never say that I don't want to go to school. This is how the preschool works for children learning journey. And when they read pictures, multi-colored books they have, so their print will be always there in their brain, and whenever they see those things in their real life, they correlate correctly that this is a pen. I have read in my book that this is a pen, so it must be a pen. Suppose many objects are not available in the classroom, like rainbow we cannot bring into the classroom. However, teachers are very good at making arts and craft, and they make everything for the children to visualize. Still, original rainbow we cannot bring. So if it is given in the book, or if it is given on the soft board of the school, whenever children see rainbow in their practical life, then they correlate, oh, I have seen this somewhere in my school, what the teacher taught me about it. Oh, it's rainbow, seven color one. And this is how their learning in the compact classroom has a vast impact on their understanding about the world around. And this also I have explained that there are cloth printed books that we can buy. One of the books I have bought for one of my nephew from Misho. It is available for if you want to go for preschool material. You have your children at home also, and you want to get some book. If the children are having habit of tearing it, some children has, because inquisitive children do it. Many a times I see that children see the pages, they will turn like this, do like this, and suddenly they will start tearing it. Why? It is not their habit, because habit is built up in the course of time, but the child has done first time. It means the child is very inquisitive. If I will do like this, what will happen? Then the book get torn. And this is how children tear pages. And once they enjoy tearing, suppose they are tearing and they are getting that sound of tearing page, if they like that sound, they start tearing it many a times. Or if they want to use that page in different manner, what is their concept, elders do not know, but they do something with that tone pages also. For example, I'll give you one example from my family, that my brother was 6 years younger than me, and he used to tear pages, and he used to make arrange all the pages like this, making this what we can say, arranging it as putting one on another. And then he used to put a rubber band around, and then he used to say, see, lots of money I have earned. Because my father used to bring salary in cash at that time. At that time, it was not the method of transferring the salary in the account. I'm talking about 1990s, when government employees used to bring cash salary at home. And he has seen my father holding that cash along with stapler or rubber, all bunch of rupees notes. So he just wanted to recreate that memory using those stone pages. So we could correlate it. He has seen Papa bringing money. That's why he's telling that I have earned so much money. And he used to play with that money. So children have their own perception about the world. So sometimes if they tear book, it's okay. You can just paste sellotape on that. Do not ever tell them what have you done, because then they will get scared that if I will do anything by myself, I will be scolded. So you can just call that child. You can ask, why have you torn the page, child? If the child can convey you, you will get a number of stories out of that. They will tell their own perception then. So we can just teach them not to tear it, but first time if they are doing, we can just handle with care. And this is how we handle preschool children. Next comes story time builds a bond between children and the teacher. I have explained that for learning anything, bond between the teacher and the student is the first criteria that must be done, because we have a history of Gurukul system where gurus used to stay with the children and used to eat with children, work with children, do exercise, yoga exercise with children in the morning. So this is how at that time the bond between teacher and children were so much strong that whatever guru used to teach, children used to do it at once. They were not asking why this, my mama says this, my papa says this. They were not confused at all. Why? Because parents used to submit their children for in the Gurukul. They had faith on teachers that teachers will handle with care to our children, and those parents were the kings of that time. So this is how the bonding helped for the growth. And even teachers used to, gurus used to grow that much faith in the children that children used to feel like home in Gurukul. This is how learning happens. So I have seen many preschools in my life, that those preschools give congenial atmosphere, home like atmosphere. The bonding of teacher and students are just like mother, like they take care of their children, they take care of their students like that only. And this bonding is very much necessary in preschool for a happy learning journey ahead. Now, reading books help the child to become a lifetime learner. This I have already told you. Like, if we will start reading book in front of them, they will understand and they will take it as very noble work that my teacher does. Like, if I will read this book in front of them daily for 10 minutes in the beginning of the class, they will understand that this is a good habit to start your day with reading a book. And it will have a lasting impact on their brain. And they will in after the completion of their educational journey, when they will go outside the college, outside the university in real life, to work with people, to work with society, to work with their colleagues, and then there will be no gurus at all to guide them. They will understand that whenever I used to ask some query and my teacher used to open some book, supplementary book, and my teacher used to search something in the book, it means I could also go back that practice. And the child starts hunting important books related to his query. And that now he is not a child, he is an adult of 25 years when he goes for job. At that time also the child reminds that whenever my teacher used to stuck in problem, my teacher used to search some supplementary books and the answers were there in the books. So I can also search some good authored book for helping my life problems to be solved again through all these things. So we are not only teaching rhymes, songs, and stories. We are helping the children to build a lifetime, build a set of lifetime habits that are going to help them when even they become an adult. And this is how they solve their life's problem with the help of books, songs, and with the help of some music. Next comes how the children will get benefited with the stories and song. Again, this, but different points are there. It helps children to recognize words. It stimulates brain development. It also, how brain development, like I will give one example. Like we have, suppose we have 52 GB memory in our mobile. So brain also has some, I just forgot the unit. It is some unit is there for brain also. I had read in one book, but just now it slipped from my mind. So if you will Google, you will get that. What is the memory unit for brain? It will give you TB or something is there. I just forgot. So brain has certain memory capacity. If it is, suppose it is 52 GB, however it is not in GB, TB it is. So if it is 52 GB and I am using my brain only 2 GB, it means 50 GB is empty. And if I will involve myself in vague work, rather putting those memory for collecting some good, knowledgeable things, it is going to be filled with vague things. So brain development means brain the it is said, no, how the more we do the exercise, the more the organ becomes healthy. This is what it is explaining. So if I will use all those 52 GB in in my brain for retaining some useful knowledge, for retaining some practical skills, retaining some creativity, I am definitely going to use my brain for good thing in my life. This is how the brain develops positively with the help of all these things. Now, it makes learning fun and interactive. This I have already explained that children love this one. How we do this: A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P. So we are doing many things in one rhyme. We are telling the children to be engaged by doing this, so their hands are not free to do any bad things in the class. We are also showing them expression. So it is full body development, how to change your expression, how to be interactive with your audience, how to use voice modulation. This is how: A, B, C, D, E, F, G. These are voice modulations that we use in rhyme. And this is how it makes learning fun and interactive. This eye contact is there, and there is group activity that we do while rhyming or storytelling, all these things. So children learn multiple variety of things through all these things. It encourages early language acquisition. This I had already explained, that small words of their day-to-day life, they learn out of the story. Suppose from where they have learned that there is a mm, this what do you call it? Carriage. There is a pumpkin carriage in front of Cinderella. When Cinderella got that beautiful dress, Cinderella rode on that pumpkin carriage. And later on, when Cinderella went to the palace, the carriage was waiting outside. Suddenly, the time was over, and Cinderella ran, got the carriage again, and reached her house. So through this part of the story, children learn many things. What about the dress that Cinderella has worn, the gown, about the shoes that she has worn, the glass shoe, it was heeled one. And Cinderella moved in a carriage because carriage was the means of transport in previous time, and all these things, palace. So language development happens through stories like this, and it is an effective tool to stimulate learning. What I have told you, that the learning that helps us to release happy hormone, children get stimulated to means their learning spirit increases. Does entertainment and increases serotonin and endorphin level in blood, thus helps children to feel good in school. It is already covered. Researchers have shown that blood flows easily when music is played. So it decreases high BP and settles heartbeat of the children in the school. So these scientific researches have been done by the educationists, and they have incorporated this knowledge so that the preschool can work in this manner. Sorry. And why to decrease BP? Because everybody knows when they are very small, aged 3 to 6, coming without their parents to a strange place where strange people are with them, their heartbeat increases due to fear. But when we play music, when we play song, they understand, no, these are good people. They will take care of me in the absence of my parents. And then gradually and slowly they understand that if parents are not around, teachers can be asked, or teachers can be accompanied. This is how they learn things gradually in the absence of their parents. It can boost the brain's production of dopamine for motivation, controlling memory, mood, concentration, and hence learning. So, this is the work of dopamine hormone that is released in the brain for motivation. Controlling memory means how much thing we will learn out of the content. This is also the work of dopamine. Mood swings also can be controlled by dopamine, and concentration. We see in many children that the concentration level is very low. They do here and there, they do not concentrate. So maybe there is lack of these hormone in their body. That's why their concentration is weak. So we come with many strategies so that children can see me. It is said that preschool teachers must be um, this presentation of the preschool teacher must be very good. Means your personality, you should apply makeup, you should keep very good hair, you should wear good colored dresses, so that the children can just uplift their mood by looking at you, that my teacher has come for with so much beautiful things carrying in herself in the morning. So it helps the children to elevate their mood for learning, and they also love to see teachers presentable. I'd share one thing from my real life, that I was thinking that it is not important to come with makeup and with good dresses. My duty is to teach the children in the class. So I used to focus in my teaching strategies, my lesson plan, and all these things. I was not very much good at makeup and all in the beginning of my career. But when I saw one day there was one festival in the celebration in the school, and I wore a very good colored that purple color sari along with makeup and along with matching hair clips and all. And when I went to the school, all the children, all the students in the school, they gave me compliment. And then I understood, does it matter for children how the teacher looks? And then I got to know, yes, children love to see beautiful things around, because their world is full of beauty. And if we add some beauty in their memory of their childhood, it's a wonderful thing the teacher carries in their brain for lifetime. So we have to be presentable in the school, so that their concentration, their mood upliftment will help them to learn things well. Now, benefits of nursery rhymes. Help children to understand rhyming words, vocabulary, and melody in text. If I will read like this, it is so boring for them. If I will tell them that wheels of the bus go round and round, round and round, round and round, they quickly catch our attention first, and they understand. If we will show them the video, or if we will show them a bus, they will picturize it in their memory that the wheels are going like this, and they do like this also in rhyme recitation. So they learn that wheels of the bus goes like this, not anti-clock. If the bus goes forward, it goes like this. If it goes back, it moves anti-clock. All these things children learn through the rhyme. It helps them to do postures and exercises that enhance their auditory memory and learning skills. So I already explained that gross motor skills develop, and if they are listening to a very melodious voice, their auditory senses are nurtured. It is said that there are two types of sound, positive and negative. The more negative sound we will save in children's brain, more children will be finicky. And if we will save a positive sound in their the ear will catch positive sound, the brain will feel relaxed and calm. This is the work of sound. So auditory senses are also nurtured by good and positive sound and words and things that the children listen, and their memory becomes strong. Why? Because we are nurturing their senses with beautiful things in the early childhood time. So all these things, children, ultimately it helps them to grow their learning skills. Now, awesome pictorial rhymes book help them to understand setting, character, and run through of the story. This is the very basic thing about any story. What is setting? Setting is the place where the story is being taken. And what character? Everybody understand the main character of the society, or just a minute. The main character. Are you getting my screen? No? Hello?
No, ma'am.
No.
Yes.
No, ma'am.
No, ma'am.
Yes, yes, just a minute. I'll again share it. Got yes. Now can you see?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. At
Yes,
that time,
ma'am.
you all were able to
Yes,
see, no?
ma'am. Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
ma'am.
Yes. Oh, it went out somehow. I don't know. Okay. So, what is characters? There are many characters, but which are the main characters? Which are the supplement character in the story? They understand this in the very beginning of their learning journey, and setting character and how the story goes through means beginning of the story. What happened? Three stages of every story we teach when we teach storytelling to the children, that there will be the beginning of story, middle of story, and end of the story. What happens in the beginning of the story? Story generally explains the character, the setting, and in the middle of the story explains some problems. There are different type of genres. Some are problem solving stories, some are some learning stories, some are stories that help us to know around about the world, about the forest and all those things. So in the middle of the story, they cover mostly that part related to the genre, which genre the story is related. And end part is end of the story tells you conclusion, means learning outcome out of the storytelling. Every story has these three parts. So whenever we teach, whenever we tell story, we introduce the story with all these things. See child, this is fiction genre, means it is not real story, it is fiction, but it is giving some lesson. That's why we are telling this story. So we explain like this in the beginning of storytelling. That helps the children to understand different type of genres also. That story comes in different types. And when they grow interest in their language, they become author. I have seen yesterday that 8 years old um, girl became author, and she has written many books related to her perspective about the world and whatever problem she faced and how she overcome all those problem in her life. So we cannot say at what age a child can become an author. It depends on the interest level developed at certain age, and it also depends upon the people around the child. If all the people are talking every time about the storytelling and the character and the setting, the teacher is talking, parents are talking, so one day the child will sit and the child will write a book. There is no certain age to become an author for children as well. It gives a way to spend quality time for teacher student bonding. This many a times in our preschool where I was teaching IIT Kids Pune. So there we used to have circle time in the beginning of the class and at the end of the day as well. So beginning of the class, we used to tell a short story that can motivate children to start learning. And at the end of the day, we used to tell some different genres story, sometimes from Panchtantra, sometimes from this fiction stories, sometimes fables, all those things we used to teach them so that they can correlate those story concept with their life. And those stories were also related to the this their concept. Suppose they are learning about environment, so we will take Panchtantra story so that they can understand jungle, tree, animals, all those things. If they're learning some family topic, so we will take such stories. If friendship is there, then turtle and the tortoise and the rabbit, all this. This was written in the lesson plan, correlated to their concepts. So concepts were also covered, and children were also understanding what is the correlation of a story with our daily life. This is how the bond between teacher and students grow. When we connect teaching learning thing with our daily life, then the bond becomes stronger. It introduces different genres like humor, fiction, non-fiction. For example, टमाटर बड़े मजेदार. This is non-fiction, means it happens really in there. It happens in reality in children life. Now Humpty Dumpty sat on a wall. If we are explaining this rhyme, is it a fiction or a non-fiction? The children will understand that it doesn't happen in real life. The eggs cannot climb on the wall, teacher, they tell. Means it is not happening in real life, it is fiction. So now this, बुंदेले हर बोलो के मुंह हमने सुनी कहानी थी खूब लड़ी मर्दानी वो तो झांसी वाली रानी थी. So if we will teach like this, it is related to non-fiction or realistic genre. So this is how they understand different type of genre at their tender age. Now, it develops gross motor and fine motor skill. This I have explained. Fine motor means related to small parts of the body like fingers, wrist, and it gross motor means full body development, upper limbs, lower limbs, and everything. So, like if we will do twinkle, twinkle, little star. So, children are doing fine motor skills development. If we are doing head, shoulder, knees and toes. So gross motor skill develops through rhymes. Overall confidence development of the children is also done using stories, rhymes, and songs. So these are the benefits which this is why we teach all these things. These are not useless. These are so beautiful things in the very beginning of their learning journey that we do. And thank you for helping me grow along with your growth. And every teacher must say thank you to the children or to the student. As you all are training, you are my students over here. As I'm teaching you, I'm also growing along with you. This is the beauty of teaching learning process. So at the end of your lesson plan, every day you also say to your children that thank you for helping me to grow along with your growth. Because if children are growing, it means it is adding star in our personality as well. So this is how I'll stop sharing it. So, it is 2 minutes and I'll just read some of the questions that who has shared. I don't know who has shared on the group that day. I'll just
Sneha.
Sneha. Okay. So,
Neha.
what is nutrition? Mention any two nutrients. These set of question which she had shared before, not this time. This was the recent one. So, this is previous one. I'll just tell you. This is how you need to write the answer. Not only, do not try to copy the text from your notes, but try to write in your words beautifully. So because it gives you, keyword must be there. Suppose if I'm asking about nutrients, you should explain what is nutrients, but the way of explanation can be different by a different teacher. It will help you to uh, create your own language, how to develop question answers skill for later teaching learning process. That's why. So what is nutrition? Mention any two nutrients. Nutrition is the biochemical and physiological process by which an organism uses food to support its life. Carbohydrates, CHO, proteins are two types of nutrients. So this I have not taken from the notes, but I have taken from Google. Google also, I have read many lines and I chose what can give the full definition about the nutrients. So this is how you can write your answers. What are minerals? Minerals required by our body in very small amount. What are micronutrients? That was the question. This was taken from the notes because everywhere this is the only definition. So minerals required by our body in very small amount are called micronutrients. Iron and iodine are two types of micronutrients. These are small answers. So I had taken these many points only. But there are big questions also, 6 marks. So we need to put many this points in it. So I had written 1 page answer for that. It is having almost 100 to means 50 to 100 words. So you need to just ask, because I have not seen